Welcome. In today's video we're going to be looking at the PT Ultimate Time Clock. This clock has by default PoE, Wi-Fi, Ethernet. You're able to order with a fingerprint or a fingerprint and card combo, which is the most common, or barcode reader or a mag reader. The clock can also be ordered with an HID reader. I'm just using a regular prox for this one, but they'll operate in the same way no matter what type of card or input that you're actually using. So with that, to clock in or out, start is in, end will be out. Down below, if you have these options, you'll have lunch leave, going to lunch, lunch return, coming back from lunch. For the employee to clock in or out, or lunches or things like that, they're just going to tap whichever option that they need. So I'm going to tap start, and I'm going to place my finger. And this clock is set up to take a picture. It's taken my picture. I've got my success, punch accepted, the green check mark. I can now go to work. Later when I come back, I can clock out for lunch. If I turn my head and I wasn't sure if I clocked in or out and I try it again, I'm going to see I have a duplicated punch. So that tells me I've already clocked in. I'm clocking out to lunch. I select the lunch leave. I place my finger. And I don't need a picture on going to lunch, but I see my start lunch in there. And I go ahead and go to lunch. Returning from lunch is just using the lunch return. This particular clock is programmed not to allow people to clock in before 30 minutes of lunch. As we can see, minimum lunch duration not met, and the rest of it in red. So that should bring to the user's attention that they haven't been clocked out to lunch for the full 30 minutes. They can come back and try again at a later time when they've been out for 30 minutes or more. At the end of the day, they would simply click end, place their finger, and because I've already clocked in for lunch within the last couple of minutes, it's not going to let me clock out. I could set the clock to allow duplicate punches, but that can create issues of somebody just clicking end, the button back and forth, and create too many punches. So let's try and see. Now this clock's set up to ask questions. Not everybody will need that out of their clock. Were you allowed to take a meal break before your 5th hour of work today? I can leave it as no and clock done, or tap on no and have yes highlighted and then click done, whichever applies to me. There can be more than one particular question. All I have set up is just the one. Another one could be something as, did you have any injuries that were not reported to your supervisor? Yes, no. So that's the full gamut of the employee clocking in and out using the fingerprint. And if you're just typing a number in, or you have the option to type or fingerprint, when you click start, it would have enter your number, and it would bring up a screen for you to input your ID, and then everything else is the same. We're going to use a card right now. And I'll click start, and then I'll hold the card up to the reader. And it has clocked me in. And again, although it's not going to let me because it's in the same minute, when the user goes to lunch, they'll tap lunch leave. They'll add their card, or they'll place their card right up next to the card reader, and that would clock them out for lunch, and same with the other functions. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.